Hello, Bobcats. Okay, we're going to continue. But now we're going to find the whole. Make sure you have your notes and you copy everything that we have in our video for you. If 30% of the students in the choir are 7th graders and there are 27 7th graders in the choir, determine the total number of the students in the choir. Okay, so here's our percent, and we're going to fill this out the same way we've been doing. 30%. So we want to know the total number of students. So we want to know the whole. So this is right here, this is what I'm looking for. And I know that there's 27 7th graders. This 27 is 30% of the whole. Okay, so let's draw our bar model. Okay, so 0 to 100%. I don't have a whole, so I'm not going to write anything here because I don't know what it is. But what I am going to do is I'm going to divide my percentage into 10 different parts. So remember, 1 line down the middle, and then 4 to the left and 4 to the right. Okay, so now that you have your percent already filled out, we have to go back to the problem. So we know that 30% equals 27. So I am going to shade in 30%. So from 0, 10, 20, 30. And this right here, this is what equals 27. Okay? So I have 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. And in those 3 parts, it equals 27. Now, how would I know what each part represents? Okay, I know they're the same size, so they hold the same amount of students, but I need to find what is in each. So what I can do is I can actually divide this by 3. Because I have 27 total in 3 different spots. Well, that gives me 9. And now all I do is put 9, 9, and 9. So 10% equals 9, 20% equals 18, 30% equals 27. And then each section represents 9. So I have 10 sections, 9 times 10, well, that equals 90. So my whole is 90. And that is how I use a bar model to find the whole. Now let's do the same thing, but with the percent proportions. Okay, again, this is going to be my percent side. So 30%, 100%. Because again, percent is out of 100. Okay, I'm looking for the whole, so I'm not going to have nothing down here. But I do know the part. Okay, and do the same thing as we've always done. We try to find a scale factor. Now 30 divided by what gives me 27? Well, nothing. But I can simplify. Since I cannot find a direct scale factor, I'm going to go ahead and simplify this fraction. To simplify by 10, okay, now 30 divided by 10, well, that gives me 3. And 100 divided by 10, that gives me 10. Okay, now I can find a scale factor. 3 times what gives me 27? Well, that's 9. So my scale factor is times 9. And now 10 times 9, well, that equals 90. 90 students in whole. In all, I'm sorry. So the total number of students is 90. Okay, let's practice another problem. In the first year of ownership, a new car can lose 20% of its value. If the car lost 4,220 of the value in the first year, how much did the car originally cost? Okay, so we have our percent, 20%, that is what it lost. We know that the 20% represents the 4,200, so that is our part, and we're trying to find the original cost, which is the whole, or the total. Okay, now let's set up our proportions. So 20% over 100%. Okay, and our part 4,200, And now we try to find a scale factor. So 20 times what gives me 4,200? Well, you're going to have to do some math here on the side. And you're going to have to divide 20 divided by 4,200. Go ahead and pause the video and solve. Did you get 210? If so, you are correct. So my scale factor is times 210. Okay, so what I do to the top, I always do to the bottom. Now 100 times 210, we'll just add the zeros. It would be 21,000. So the original price was $21,000. Okay, letter B. Country music makes up 75% of London's music library. If he has downloaded 90 country songs, how many songs does he have in his music library? Okay, so we have our percent, which is 75%. This 75% represents the 90 country songs that he has downloaded. So this means that this represents the country songs, and so does this. And I want to know the total number of songs that he has in all. So I'm looking for the whole. So I set up my proportion. Percent always out of 100 and 90. And now I try to find a scale factor. 75 divided by what gives me 90? Well, nothing. That means that I have to simplify. And I am going to simplify dividing this by 5. Because 5 goes into 100 and 75. So 75 divided by 5 gives me 15. And 100 divided by 5 gives us 20. Now, 15 times what gives me 90? Well, times 6. And 20 times 6 gives me 120. So Landon has 120 songs in total. Okay, Bobcats, now it's your time to try it. Choose whether you want to use the bar models or whether you want to use the proportions. Just know that with both, you're going to get the same answer. It's just up to preference in what you want to do. If you choose to do the proportions, make sure that we see the scale factor. And if you need to if you need to simplify, make sure you are dividing that too. So we just want to see all of your work. Okay, thank you guys.